What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to review all these teams that you could earn by grinding XP. I won't review 05 because that's the one I don't have, but I practically have all the teams, including all the mobile task forces. I practically have all the teams up to the administrative department, so let's get on with the first one. This is the Class D. I'm going to tell you some information about them. The Class Ds are also known as Class Disposable. They're used to handle Keter class objects of the SCP Foundation. They're also used to sometimes clean up feces and dirt and blood from containment areas of SCPs. They are probably the least. They're not even like working for the Foundation. They're normally taken off of death row, or not. They're normally taken off of death row, but they could sometimes just be horrible people that committed heinous and horrible crimes. This is the Class D model. Yeah, it says Class D right here. But that's pretty much the Class E. My VIP showcase video shows the upgraded variant of this Class D, so you can go check that out. So yeah, ooh, I have 62. It's actually an SCP, doesn't need a number. Let's move on to Scientific Department. So I'm gonna tell you like a little bit of like the wiki of every team. Scientific Department. Gotta find a way to get these terminals out of my Scientific Department. It studies SCP artifacts and SCP anomalies. They also can use Class D personnel to study them even more. Scientific personnel. Yep, that's what they look like. That's basically what they do. So that's what gets. You could test on Class Ds to study more about SCPs. You could use the authorization item. Let's move on to number 3, Scientific Department. Not Scientific, Security Department. This is the Security Department, the main combative force of the SCP Foundation. Oh god, that guy doesn't understand what he's doing. Security Department escorts tests. Escorts tests to their containment chamber. They are the main combative force of the SCP Foundation. I already said that. They're the first line of defense too of the SCP Foundation. So when there's an attack, the Security Department could handle it. If that gets out of control, then the Mobile Task Forces is called, which I'm about to show you. But they also, so when there's suspicious activity, Security Department investigates it. And you can also report personnel can report suspicious activity to the Security Department, so they can handle it. Let's move on to number 4, which is Mobile Task Force. I just said about the Mobile Task Force. Mobile Task Force is called and stuff. This is what Mobile Task Force NE7 looks like. I can also show you this on my Mobile Task Force and their upgraded variants video, which you should totally check out too, because, yeah, you should also check that out. This is what they look like. There's a problem with my right click right now. This is what they look like. They look pretty nice. Tactical vest. I'm not going to show you their upgraded variants. That's in my upgraded variants video, like I just said. But this is what they look like. Let's move on to Beta 7. don't play that much on Beta 7. This is what Beta 7 looks like. Beta 7, let me tell you about NE7, since I didn't before, because I forgot. NE7 is like an army. They have 1st Battalion, 6th Battalion, all that stuff. They have a police department, I think, too. They have, like, a tanks unit, stealth units, and stuff like that, so they're practically like an army. Or NE7, also, their designated name is Hammer Down. That's their nickname, or designated name. Beta 7, a nice little look at Beta 7. Beta 7, what they do is that they study, investigate, and contain anomalous biological hazards, such as 610. That's a biological hazard. Beta 7 didn't do that one. That was a recontainment team, which is a totally different thing. If you don't know what a mobile task force is, a mobile task force, whenever like a site is containing SCPs, but then like the SCPs breach, a mobile task force is called to contain all the SCPs. They're practically like if security department was like way more stronger and is recruited from like C8, like Navy SEALs and Black Ops. That's practically what mobile task force would be, except way more cooler and better. So, Beta 7, that's Beta 7. Quick look at Beta 7 again. I love how the ceiling gets a little, like watch right here. It's like a little watch or something. Right there. So that's Beta 7. I'm going to show you Epsilon 11. Oh, I even memorized it. Now, Epsilon 11 is very famous. Epsilon 11 is very, very, very famous. I'm recording a video. Mobile Task Force Unit Epsilon 11, designated Nine-Tailed Fox, is very famous for being in, like, the horror indie game SCP Container Breach. It's so famous. It's like originally it was just an original Mobile Task Force, and then 2012 hit when SCP Container Breach was made and had the Mobile Task Force Epsilon 11. It blew up, and it probably became like everybody in the SCP community probably became everybody's favorite Mobile Task Force. Mobile Task Force is like an internal security department. They, if multiple SCPs breach and a full site lockdown's initiated, Epsilon 11 is there to handle it. They're like the internal security department, except that instead of the internal security department not letting anybody know about the SCP Foundation, they're containing SCPs, multiple SCPs. And it blew up because they were there in SCP Containment Breach, which is a game I play. It's actually really fun. Let's move on to Alpha 1, which is actually the last mobile task force I'm going to review in this list. Alpha 1 normally guards the O5 Council, which I'm not going to explain right now because they're like this whole big thing. They normally guard the O5 Council, but they did assist in the containment of things. They've never been called out to a site, I think. I don't remember because I've read the wiki and I read the Mobile Task Force page. Looked at Alpha 1. They assisted in the containment of objects, but I don't think they ever really went out. They normally guard the O5 Council. Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, their nickname is a Red Right Hand. And if I didn't tell you, Nine-Tailed Fox nickname is Nine-Tailed Fox. Epsilon 11, Nine-Tailed Fox, in case you just don't know. Even though it's like the most famous line in SCP history. So, yeah. That's Alpha 1. So, I almost said thank you guys for watching, but it's not the end of the video. We have Intelligence Agency. Gosh, that was actually a long thing of the video. Sorry if this video is going to be a tiny bit long. Let's get on with Intelligence Agency. Intelligence Agency is an intelligence force. They normally go undercover. They go in like chaos insurgencies. It's a very dangerous job because if someone knows it's your SCP Foundation, if they're like chaos insurgency, Serpent's Hand, UNGOC, stuff like that, they'll know that you're SCP Foundation and will try to kill you. That's why it's a really dangerous job. But you know, someone's got to do it. Intelligence agency. The intelligence agency. I don't know how to explain that. They're intel. It's like the CIA, the KGB. They're intelligence. Well, not the KGB. Kind of. But it's like the CIA. They're just intelligence. No one really knows who they are. Now I remember. Intelligence agency is normally has one person, a field agent. That's not one person in the whole the department, but oh my god, sorry guys, I hate my mic. So there's normally field agents. Field agents go out in the field and search for anomalous activity. They also just find intelligence, keep tabs on chaos insurgency, United Nations, Serpent's Hand, stuff like that. The field agents also go out and try to find anomalous activity so they can report to mobile task forces and the SCP Foundation so that they could try and investigate more. I look super cool with my eyes covered. My eyes are not covered. So that's intelligence agency. Now I'm going to show you internal security department. Oh my god, it plays this whole thing. Well, this could tell you everything about the internal security department, but instead I'm going to tell you. Hey, I've been promoted to senior agent. This is ISD. Internal security department, prevents anybody from actually finding out about the SCP Foundation. Probably one of the biggest rivals is the Serpent's Hand because they try to tell the whole world about the SCPs. But they handle internal stuff. If someone knows about the SCP Foundation, they could either give them amnestics or terminate them. Amnestics is, if you don't know what amnestic is, well, if you're an SCP fan, then you know what amnestics is because the SCP Foundation does it like every day. An amnestic is a mind erasing thing. It's like a syringe, drug, something. I probably shouldn't be saying this on YouTube. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get demonetized. But that's what Internal Security Department is. Internal Security Department, yeah. Let's look at it. Also, they get Scramble. The community calls them Scrambler goggles, but I don't, because their correct name is Scramble. If you actually look at the SCP Wiki, which I do. They get Scramble goggles, which can help blur 096's face, just in case you didn't know. Now we're going to move on to Rapid Response Team. Oh, this one. Forgot about Rapid Response Team. This is Rapid Response Team. I'm just gonna see this real quick. Sorry for the interruption. I'm just gonna like see this real quick. I don't really care. I just want to see this. It's just like, what is happening? What is happening? Yeah. I'm recording a video. I'm recording a video. Can I record this? Oh damn! Oh damn! Oh damn! Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna really record this. It's just something because I just heard him spamming in the radio. So, yeah. Let's just get back with the video. Sorry for the interruption. I was about to say minor interruption, but that was pretty major. Rapid response team. This could tell you everything. I don't even need to talk in this video. Like, Should have played though, that'd be quick. Rapid response team, as it said in the video. Short little clip though. The team that could practically handle anything, from containment breaches to janitorial work. They can handle anything. They're equipped with full tactical gear, an ACR. Ooh, love my VIP skin for this. And I love my Glock 17 hazard skin. They are also equipped with scramble goggles, an ACR, like the same weapons. And they just are the team that can handle anything. So don't try to mess with these guys. Even though I don't think they're actually in the SCP lore, which I really hate though, they practically can handle anything. Chaos Insurgency. I don't like playing this team that much, but they get like this flak vest, they get these tattoos. Chaos Insurgency is a rebellion, I don't know the correct word. They rebel against the SCP Foundation. They also sponsor many dictators and stuff, including like Putin, which I probably shouldn't be saying this on YouTube. I should not be saying this on YouTube, but I think it's kid friendly because I hear about that like in my everyday life. Yeah, I think they're formed out of Alpha 1 operatives, which is like very weird actually. Because Alpha 1 is like one of the most like loyal operatives to the Foundation. So, what will happen? Oh my god, this is a meeting! I'm trying to review this! So, this is what they look like in the game. They're equipped with a Scar H, which is actually a pretty good gun in my opinion. Could deal some damage. I just have the Glock 17 Game Pass, which I'm also going to review in a future video, which you should totally check out in the future. So this is practically it. I don't want these messages. Oh great, 096 is here. So, thank you guys for the, oh wait, that was not the full thing. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so, no, it's not the end of the video yet. I have to show you medical department, which most people don't because they're actually pretty old videos. This is the medical department. They actually don't know that much about the medical department. I haven't read up on them in the wiki. They're practically like a doctor. Well, they are recruited from doctors in EMS, so yeah. I don't know that much about them. Oh, that's a bad voice crack. I don't know that much about them. They're basically like the medical department, what they say. They try to keep everyone safe, clean, stuff like that, medically speaking. Yes, that's not even a term. So, we have one more team to show you, administrative department. Might be a long video. This is the administrative department, which they probably got totally messed up because it's supposed to be site director, but no one does that. This is the administrative department. Administrative department. This is not in the SCP lore. It's a site director. So I'm going to tell you about site directors because there's no such thing as the administrative department in SCP lore. So I have no knowledge of these guys. The administrative department. Site directors, get that in your mind. Site directors major departments in that site report to the site director. And then the site director reports to the O5 Council, which you probably have knowledge of because they're like really famous. Hold on. I had to sneeze, sorry. The site directors, they They report directly to the O5 Council. That's practically it. They should be armed with heavy weaponry, but in my opinion, they should be armed with a pistol. It's easier to conceal. This is my little silence one. So, that's practically all I know about. Site directors keep the site running. They don't actually have an ethics committee team, which is pretty sad. I wish I had an ethics committee team because I'll tell you all about that since I'm also like a major philosopher kind of guy. So, ethics... No, let's not talk about the ethics committee. So, thank you guys for watching my video. Hope you guys liked it. I think it's pretty good. It's just, yeah, goodbye. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications, and goodbye.